is Patrick Millen hooking up with? A lot of drama, strict rules, lust, and, of course, rule breaking. Here's everything you've missed in Too Hot to Handle Season 3. Patrick Millen. Patrick comes from Hawaii. The second this man walked in Too Hot to Handle, we knew he'll be involved in plenty of drama. Patrick and Georgia had a short-lasting romance on the show, and he sadly left the series shortly after. What did you guys think of him singing to her? Let us know.
I wish I had you cuddling me.
Too Hot to Handle Season 3 filming location. The first 2 seasons of Too Hot to Handle were filmed on the Turks and Caicos Islands, which is an overseas territory of the United Kingdom in the West Indies. The flight ticket for this place is a bit costly at around $40,000, but you can always find a cheaper one. Nevertheless, that wasn't an issue for the new group of contestants in Too Hot to Handle. Their tickets and stay were covered by the showrunners. Too Hot to Handle takes place on the island of Providenciales, and Season 1 was filmed in Punta Mita, Mexico. However, Season 2 had to change location in order to hide the purpose of the show from the new contestants, who actually believed they're the new contestants for a show named Parties in Paradise and Pleasure Island for Season 3. And they weren't wrong. However, Too Hot to Handle moved from its original location to the Turtle Tail Estate Villa. Wondering how much it cost to stay in this villa? Here's your answer. A bit pricey. According to Edge Retreats, a stay in Turtle Tail Estate can cost around £8,000 per night. Oh, there's also a $10,000, around £8,000 deposit. And yes, the contestants stayed in there free for a month. Initially, they all thought they won a ticket to paradise until they discovered all of the rules they had to follow, one of them being no cell phones. In order not to be excluded, the contestants had to follow one simple rule: no cell phones, meaning that there was no internet as well. Producers took away their phones before filming started. Could you go a month before your cell phone? But there's also the rule that requires the contestants to stay free from alcohol and cigarettes. Well, alcohol wasn't an issue that much because the contestants in Season 3 were allowed 2 glasses of alcohol each night. And when someone needed to smoke, a security guard had to go with them, who also gave them 1 cigarette. Pretty harsh, don't you think? Now, you're probably wondering how much time they needed to get ready and all. And the answer will shock you. Get ready for 30 minutes. All of the contestants in Season 3 look pretty well with all that makeup that probably takes them a long time to do at home. However, they only had 30 minutes to do their makeup and dress up at the resort. We had 30 minutes to get ready, and we all had to share one shower, contestant Holly Scarfone said in an interview with Narcity. We'd have to wait for people to finish showering, so I genuinely had like 10 minutes to get ready each day. A lot of times it was more natural, and other times when I wanted to do my makeup, I had to just throw it on, so it was a little bit of a challenge, she explained. Filming all the time. In order for every rule break to be captured, the contestants in all of the seasons were filmed all the time. Can you imagine? This rule was supposed to catch the cheating contestants who want to break the rules of no lovemaking. Picking the contestants. You might not initially notice, but once you pay attention, you'll discover that all of the contestants are in their 20s. As an older person, I knew that I would always go for the cash, but I know that my 19-year-old self would have gone for the lovemaking, the show's creator Laura Gibson told Oprah Magazine. Fashionable contestants. You'd think the cast of the show was given those amazing outfits, but as it appears, they all brought clothes from home. The show didn't really care what its contestants were wearing, but that's mostly because these people tend to pay a lot of attention to the way they're dressed. I mean, take a look at their bathing suits. I have to ask you, don't you sense an Outer Banks vibe? Now let's continue with something pretty serious. Cam Holmes ended up in hospital. Yes, Holmes ended up in hospital because of his blue balls. In fact, his situation got so bad that the creators had to take him to hospital during the filming of the series. He said, "It was legit a really bad problem. Like, I couldn't eat, my stomach hurt, and I felt sick. I actually couldn't walk for 1 day. It got so bad that I had to speak to the doctor about it and got painkillers. It was the worst thing in the world, and it's actually got a name, epididymal hypertension." Find me on the gram.
They don't know?
Who you gonna sleep with?
Is that all that Pleasure Island has in store?
Come and get it!
Here's something you didn't know. A lot of the contestants in the series were found on Instagram. They never applied to be on the show, but the creators believed they belonged to the resort, so they gave them a call. Seinfeld vs. Too Hot to Handle. In an interview with People, producer Charlie Bennett said that he and his colleague Laura Gibson decided to do Too Hot to Handle after watching the Seinfeld episode The Contest. For those of you not familiar, in this episode the characters bet on who can go the longest without, well, you know what? A fake show. A lot of people think Too Hot to Handle is scripted, and well, they have all the reasons to believe so. To be honest, that's what we thought as well ever since the pilot episode. While there are a lot of scenes that seem unscripted just because of all that awkwardness the contestants feel, there are some scenes that simply feel unnatural and strange. The thing is, Too Hot to Handle is 50-50. Some of the scenes were not scripted, and some were. In an interview with Cosmopolitan, Harry Josie, who was one of the contestants in Season 1, said that some of the things they did in Season 1 were, in fact, scripted. In his own words, producers are not forcing you to say or do anything. They just kind of help nudge you in the correct direction. However, this doesn't mean they're told who to fall in love with. And after they set their eyes on their prey, the producers tell them some things that would, according to them, make the show more interesting. Another participant from Season 1, Nicole O'Brien, explained how disappointed she was that some important moments from her time on the show were simply ignored. She told Cosmopolitan, "You don't see everything. There were some parts of my personal growth that were missed." So yes, fans are not seeing the entire truth. But this is the case with every reality show, so there's no reason to be mad. Now let's continue with diverse group of contestants. The show creators decided to go and look for contestants from all over the world. According to producer Louis Pete, this was necessary because hookup lifestyles are very common globally. This isn't just a problem that's in the UK, it's not just a problem in LA, it's not just a problem in New York, it's worldwide. By problem, he means that a lot of people all over the world don't know how to emotionally connect with their partners, and all they care for is a good one-night stand. Lana's voice. Have you noticed that Lana has a British accent? Well, as it appears, her voice is the way it is for a reason. We definitely chose a Mary Poppins-esque, non-judgmental British female voice just for the authority and lack of judgment that we hoped would come across, Pete said in an interview with People. Over 3,000 auditions. Interestingly enough, over 3,000 people auditioned for Too Hot to Handle. What do you guys think of Too Hot to Handle Season 3? And of course, who was your favorite? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.